in terms of... Okay, so... it was interesting that Polo just decided that this was going to happen now, didn't he? He was like, no, not next time.
Describe
this.
This. What's this?
So, well, the interaction with the horses.
Okay.
And I don't know, it felt like he knew that it was important for it to happen now. And so he made it happen. Because he's got the power to, hasn't he? Then when, obviously you were talking about the different layers of boundaries, the circles, it felt like they literally were mirroring that.
So who was
so
who?
You've got to remind me of the initial personal space. Polo was the personal space thing, which was interesting because it came into the personal space that we had in here. He was like, hi, I'm here. We're going to do some boundary work now. And it was quite close, wasn't he? And then Pud, wasn't it? It was Pud who came in, kind of disrupted it all a bit. And then...
And what layer was he?
That's the communications and connection. Which again was interesting because he was coming in, I felt he was coming in a bit bolshy, a bit kind of, I'm here, like what's going on here. And then Duke was on the outside, so Polo was near me, then Pud was further away, then Duke was on the outside. I could not even see Duke, but feel him there, and that was, what do you call that last layer?
The environmental layer, or the global layer.
Yeah, and it really felt like that because it was a case of feeling and not seeing or hearing or anything else. Just sort of knowing he's there. That really was quite powerful because you'd literally just gone over that and then they just showed me.
That's why I love this work so much.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then he came down and it was like, oh, I felt a sense of intimidation, but not necessarily fear. But it was a bit like, oh, okay, this could potentially be fear. There could potentially something could happen. Then what did I do? I got up because you said, where do you feel like most comfortable? Where would you feel most comfortable? So I get up and I stand in a corner because I did feel comfortable there. And then you made the point that actually that might not be the best place to be. They are horses. They could kick potentially. They could have a little to-do between themselves. And I was in a corner and I couldn't actually get out. So then when we came out, we've literally got a barrier here, but we can still interact. It is literally a boundary, like a physical boundary. Which feels important, but then that could translate into, sort of into life in general. You don't actually need a physical boundary, you just need to remember the boundary.
You may not need a physical boundary, but how does this physical boundary, this one right here, right now, how does that translate into your world? What is the significance of this physical boundary right now for you?
I can run away if I need to. I can participate if I need to, if I want to. I can. Okay, so for me, I'm literally just going with what's coming into my head. Okay, for me, it feels like the safety to be able to, the safety and security to be able to make a choice that is my own choice, not one that I kind of feel has been put on me and then I have to make a sudden decision. Because if I'd stayed in the corner and if they had, you know, potentially kicked or whatever, I would have had to have made a very split-second decision as to what I was going to do, and I would be putting myself in danger by being in that place. Whereas now, I can make a more sort of level-headed decision about something. So if they started having a bit of a to-do in there, I can just step back and I'm safe. And if they start to come out, I can go over the stile if I need.
Alternatively, you can simply stay.
Or I can stay.
Because if you think about it, let's imagine they do have a to-do and somebody comes out. They're coming out in this direction.
Oh
you're
yeah,
gonna
if they
go over
came
the
out, I
stile.
definitely. If they were coming out quite fast, I wouldn't be leaping over a stile.
Yeah.
So it'd be like they were chasing me away, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So where would be the safest place?
Probably
to
still
be?
here, to be honest. They're not going to come. They're not going to go out and then come back and then.
They could do, but that doesn't.
But not really quickly.
The chances
that
are
would be.
you are safer. You would then still be in a position where you would then be able to readjust yourself.
Yeah.
Now, this kind of like takes me into the realms of boundaries being a constant negotiation.
Yes.
This space.
Right now, this is all settled, but it could change
settled,
at any
but
time.
it's still an agreed negotiation. I'm happy for you to be. Paul is happy to be in that corner. They're happy for him to be in that corner. They're happy. Duke's happy for Polo to be pretty much up and behind. Yeah, and Duke's happy to be here. Yeah, they're all happy to be in the spaces that they're in, and it's a constant negotiation until such time as somebody
isn't happy anymore, and they want it to change.
Or not even so much not happy, but just decides, well, actually, I'd like to go outside and have a bit of grass. And so therefore, if Polo decides that's what he's going to do, he has to renegotiate the boundary to be able to move from the position that he's in order to be able to come out of the shed.
Yes, because as we were saying before, I was in a corner in a different kind of way to how Polo is. Polo's in a corner and he's chosen that, and he can negotiate his way out of the corner more easily than I could have.
Mm-hmm. But if you look at Polo in the corner, how is he in the corner when you've looked?
He looked chilled and fine.
So he was fine.
He chose it, and he's like fine.
Because he also knows that he can
get out.
So the question I have to ask you is, what might your learning be?
Well, that's hard to put into words, actually, because I'm feeling it, but I don't really quite know how to put that into words.
Okay.
Actually don't know.
Just breathe. Are you okay with me to continue with the camera, or should I take the camera off?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, so what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to breathe, and I'd like you to just take yourself to that feeling and literally feel that feeling. Feel that feeling. Okay. All right. What I want to say is, I want you to literally stay with the feeling, and whatever words come up for you with that feeling, I want you to just speak it out. So you might, okay, my finger's now on your arm. My finger on your arm, it might be, oh, it's soft. It's oh, I can feel something pressing. Hard. Uncomfortable. But it's not. You're not making sentences. What you're doing is you're trying to just. You're not trying to make sense of anything either. You're just going to be with that feeling, and you're going to use the words that you feel that feeling is saying to you. I want you to actually think. I want you to communicate for that feeling. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm getting what you mean. I'm going to try.
Just go with it. Go with it. There is no right or wrong way of doing this. You'll know.
So
you'll
it's
know
how I feel now,
it's that.
having done.
No,
No.
not quite. You said, I said to you, what is your learning? And you said, I'm feeling it at the moment. I can't put it into words.
What is my learning?
So what I'm saying to you is to stay with that feeling,
Okay.
and what words come up for that feeling, speak. And then just stay with that feeling as you speak those words.
Safe. Secure in my ability to know where I
Don't try and put it
need
into.
to be, or
Don't try and put it into a sentence.
that's hard for me.
No. And that's the point. Because if you're going to try and put it into a sentence, you're trying to make sense of it.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I do. So
And I'm
how
asking,
I don't know how to do that. But
Forget making sense of it.
Right now,
just abstract words. It might be that. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me give you a bit of help. So, stay with that feeling. Close your eyes. Wherever that feeling is, just stay with it. And I want you to take the first words that come to mind. Colour.
What colour? Yeah. Start again.
Okay. Just I'm going to try and just help you out. Okay. So if it was a colour, what would the colour be?
Pink.
How intense is it?
It's quite gentle.
Scale of 1 to 10.
It's like a 4 if 10's really intense.
Okay, cool. How would it feel?
It's a rosy pink.
Cool. Rosy pink 4. How would it feel under your fingers if you were to touch it? What would it feel like in your hands? Use as many words. How would it feel under your fingers?
Soft.
Okay, keep it coming, that's it.
Almost feathery. Cloudy.
Yeah, don't make sense of it. Just go with it.
Fleecy. Like a sheep, like a sheep fleece. Gentle. But of substance. Not floaty like a feather, Not like it's here.
And now, if it had a message, take the first thing that comes to mind.
Safety.
So where is that feeling now? Is it there still? Has it gone anywhere? Has it changed? What's happened to that feeling, that sensation?
It's like it's gone in here.
Cool.
Almost like it travelled up. Because I was feeling like I was feeling it here. My hand, it's almost like it's travelled up.
Cool. So, if you were to say, okay, I'm going to ask you the question, and don't worry if you still don't have an answer. If you were to have, what might your learning be? Bring it.
I can provide myself with safety. Look, I don't need somebody else, or I don't need to try to rely on somebody else to give me safety. I can bring myself a sense of safety in any situation.
Yes.